Okay, let's dive right into the structured process in completing an effective performance evaluation, starting with our preparation and also preparing our documentation for the review. Preparation is an important step that sometimes does not receive as much attention as managers should devote to it. The goal of this stage is to do everything possible to pave the way for a well-formed, productive discussion of employee performance. One key best practice noted here is to have the employee submit a self-assessment in advance of the evaluation meeting. And you may or may not have this built into your performance evaluation forms. The self-assessment then consists of a summary of the results, outcomes, and contributions related to the employee's key job expectations, development plan, and even goals. A best practice recommendation is to not have your employee include performance ratings as part of his or her self-assessment. This just helps keep the focus on the employee's contributions and results, not on the ratings. It also helps reinforce the fact that determining performance ratings is the supervisor's responsibility. Furthermore, in preparation as a manager, you should schedule the employee performance meeting well in advance to give you and your team member time to prepare. You should also review all documentation, such as your organization's performance evaluation documentation that exists, the performance rating definitions, any recent and prior performance reviews, such as the mid-year review, the employee's self-assessment once received, any supervisory notes from your supervisory file, along with any other feedback for the time frame that you are reviewing. In preparing your documentation for the performance evaluation discussion, keep in mind that there should be no surprises in your evaluation documentation. Your notes should include a summary of the employee's contributions, results, and any associated work behaviors. You also want to elaborate on your comments with very specific examples. While you do not need to detail every contribution and result for the entire period, you should highlight key job expectations and any individual or team goals. Keep in mind also that your documentation and detailed notes should be clearly aligned with any performance ratings your organization utilizes. A couple of potential evaluation biases to keep in mind as you prepare for your review include the central tendency effect and the recency effect. The central tendency effect is when a supervisor fails to give high or low evaluations and instead lumps everyone in the middle to avoid problems or issues. Again, be mindful that it is unlikely you have all of the top performers in your organization, so make sure to distinguish between your employees during their reviews. The recency effect is when a manager only details and discusses the most recent accomplishments or problems the employee has had, rather than reviewing their performance over the entire performance period. It is important to keep these potential biases top of mind as you prepare for your evaluations.